and the team that finished second at the previous international event into the lower bracket. A great start already. Alfajer was meant to be the anchor of the site. Instead, Aspas has eliminated him immediately and already looks to carry forward.
Oh, nice stuff from cortezia as well. Seems like such a safe pair of hands. Lurking out on mid, picking them off one by one until crashies is the last man standing. A 1 versus 5, and Ace needed his first already chopped up, but aspas on a map like Abyss, it's even more relevant with so much space. You need those weapons to challenge on range. MIBR picking up the pace, already moving towards the A site, and they have pushed Fnatic well and truly off of the site. The plant being secured. Just a moment, there it is. Okay. They needed an advantage and they found it.
Yeah, Alfajer not wanting to overface. He was within the site initially, but has fallen back for the retake. A very passive position from xenom. All the way back towards the spawn, just setting up utility. Cortezia, however, a much more aggressive angle. He's looking to play contact. The slow thrown through is sublime, though. Gives that early trade back. A one-man advantage, but look at where the remaining two are. They are sat all the way back. They've got so many angles left to clear, and the spams might just be enough. A solid start already. As Chronicle goes down, grab ball available. There it is, pulling them out of position. They need to push. They need to fight these players, because that spike is already ticking all the way. Somebody needs to be on it. And now the spam going through. I don't even know if there's enough time anyway. It won't matter.
Working wonders. Fnatic talked about. It was Milan on the stage. MIBR just kept walking up on them. So Fnatic are going to try the same. It's a big risk in this buy round, and MIBR is so patient. They seem ready for this play. The reveal not catching cortezia, but he'll be pushed back, stunned up, and gunned up. Kaajak does well. The bow pulled for damage, but crashies and Boaster still drawing breath. This is a huge early advantage from Fnatic, but that didn't stop them from losing rounds on bind. Sue said it, 2 out of 8 where they found the opening picks. This has to be different now.
Otherwise, we could be seeing a very quick series. That's not the expectation. Bomb will go through, but slightly repositioned. The kill trip spotted at the last second, but it gives away the position of artzin. He's going to force the fight, but Alfajer will win it. A 2v5. The only thing that genuinely terrifies me here is that Odin just sat in the backline with the opportunity to spam. If Verno can dodge those shots, there's a chance. Already finds the first. Aftershock goes through a second for Verno. He's looking to do it all with the Odin. Only 2 remain. Verno still on the corner, finally shut down, and Chronicle could put an end.
And we saw those same glimmers shining through here. That's info. Sticking around a bit too long. Kaajak almost goes down, but it's the Hunter's Fury on the back of it. These players trapped in a narrow alley, but they will just about make it out with all 5 players intact, and a deep push from cortezia is spotted.
He wasn't just sitting there while the rest of the players were under attack, but he has been dealt with. And Alfajer, well, he's gone completely unchecked. Not expecting the aggression to be through, and one the Odin spam. Oh, it's eventually starting to fight tack, but Alpha on the other side has managed a double of his own. It leaves just 2 standing again, and with the spike down, they have to battle to retrieve at the flank. Already coming in, but crashies not overstepping the mark. He's just going to hold, just going to block them in. While aspas with an Odin, yeah, I was about to say, it's not something I ever expected or wanted to see.
Yeah, you've got a 2v2 on either side. Unlike the fact that Fnatic are showing this patience, I think this was missing when it came to the previous. xenom alone now with 30 seconds. He has almost no chance. Do his best to isolate these fights, but that's the end of this round. Nice. Great stun thrown through. Exactly what MIBR are going for. The blitz into heaven, and it's Boaster under pressure. He'll deliver them. He finds himself one, backs off. The problem is the player he dropped can be brought right back into the fight. Those trips have been destroyed towards the site itself. So a plant should be found for free. 5 versus 4 with damage done to Boaster.
Delayed a little. The fact is, though, MIBR's post-plant so far has been fearsome. I'm already looking back at Verno, finding out that there's 3 players in that defender position. The close crossfire into mid as well. There's the dash through and the information, but artzin just ignores him. That one was free, and he goes for a little more. A 3-for-1 combo deal with Chronicle nowhere near the action. Do they realize how far artzin has got? I'm not sure they do. It's a check. This will be the big fight of the round, while Boaster's already managed to win it. Even still, the site has been completely cleared by artzin, so he got them the information. I'm looking at that convergence path though, immediately thrown through, but 3 players have dodged it. Boaster's already.
That's a massive connection. The trench is dug now for MIBR. Through. Can rain down from Fnatic as they look to close in the space. They're being picked apart. The Cosmic Divide, it may have saved Boaster. In fact, it only bought him time. Aspas there for the double. And with Alpha all alone, the save can be called into play, but he's going for it. He's being baited out and eventually dealt with. He's going through that smoke as well. Crazy aggressive as he links up with Aspas on site. The take underway, but still players sticking around, especially with weaker weapons. They don't have to be as respectful of this, instead using those cages to get a little bit closer. And Boaster's managed to overwhelm xenom. Aspas, players all around. He's adjusted just in time. But it has to be Verno, the man who we've seen make some of the biggest plays on this stage. Have some huge performances. I thought he'd fallen off there for a second.
30 seconds left.
He's managed to sneak his way around.
Boaster's above him.
Boaster right above him, but Verno slipping through his grasp. The smoke fading. He's looking the wrong way, though. It will be Boaster to take.
Bring that one through. Here goes kaajak again. This time they're a little bit further ahead. He might be able to get one and just escape, and that's exactly what he does. Nice play. Clearly feeling like there was a lot more there. Cortezia has managed to get quite far, but you expect there'll be an immediate swing and good interplay. That was one of the criticisms even their own coach had from the last map, was they weren't playing together. That one was a lot better, and now the full force revealed. Should be a fairly easy kill from Alfajer, and it will be. Well, artzin needs another big play. It's not going to happen. Aspas needs an ace.
The 140 tag is cruel. 2 knives for kaajak, and it's one straight to the head of Alpha. Crashies vulnerable to a single one,
right
but there's...
side. I think that was for default. That's where they want to plant. So just making sure there isn't a kill trip on that side. Instead, it's on the other. It's kind of hard to deal with anybody there. It will slow them down, but getting a pick from this position is very difficult. So that post spawn's going to be in, and I'll be honest with you, Mitch, that is where this squad has been the scariest.
And ult as well to buy them more time. Fnatic, because it's such a direct hit, they have so much utility to work with, but they can't use it just yet. The spam from Verno working wonders, but Aspas has gone down. He's been a big player in these moments, but so is cortezia. Bringing the numbers back into their favor. MIBR, they've even got artzin on a pistol. He's the man on site trying to buy them some time, run that clock down, but cortezia falls. The grab well having to be used early on, but the time ticking now, the pressure mounting for Fnatic as xenom finds one, the spray! The stage is set for the second half with this. And it's Aspas getting aggressive. They'll only find the one. kaajak's there to save the day, but damage was done to Alfajer. The weaker weapon thriving even on range, but the Odin comes back. The wall bangs again for Verno. But kaajak, his performance left us wanting more, so much more from him after that debut down there on the champ stage. It looks like he's delivered when it matters most. Fnatic, 5.
A singular smoke has deterred their initial push. That means there's going to be so many players here. Wonderful entry, though, from kaajak. A huge initial fight that took down the defender. The spams coming through. kaajak already with the second of the round, a third even, taking over individually. This is what Fnatic were missing, especially in that last map. But with 3 already in the pistol, a few low HP players, but MIBR, well, the M stands for miracle.
Now this would be something else entirely. As we said, kaajak in the previous round, or previous half, he had that massive 3K. Helped Fnatic to course correct, to close that distance. Now he's in a spot, seemingly to have done it again. His pistol will close the gap entirely, perhaps, put us to 7-7. Kaajak's going out for more, building those orbs early on. Even going down isn't that bad. He's halfway to having the ultimate already.
Last player standing.
In the end, it will be pretty. We'll send crashies back. Fnatic do take the space in the end, and for MIBR, I think waiting for numbers is almost their only choice at this point. Can't go running through those smokes.
Yeah, surviving on the B side when there's a stun going through the left side and then a grab well at the back, there's not really a safe space. The only worry now, though, is can they break back in on the retake? Already a pop flash that doesn't quite catch, but it's going to be artzin getting ready to potentially swing through this smoke. The spam trying to delay them. They are just being held back, and somehow kaajak is just dodging all the bullets. They can't expect anybody to be here, but they've been able to find the early trades. The stun was decent, but it doesn't matter, but now it's all onto Boaster. In that backline again with the operator, facing off against a man who is a master of that gun. But that time is ticking desperately low, and he does not
Looks like
flinch.
they've woken the beast.
Oh, immediate trade. The operator. Convergence path's going to go through, but there's nobody in this position. And I'm wondering if we might just see xenom step right back in. He does. That's such an important kill. It gives them the advantage. Puts them on the front foot. I'm looking at where Fnatic are going. They're looking to try and get a little bit more aggressive, but the drone so impactful. Using it a little earlier. We saw them struggle with that on the attack half. Boaster goes swinging! All right, they're looking like a completely different team to map number one, just taking the firefights. Okay, sure, it's still individualistic, bitch, but now it works.
Some explosive impact from the IGL squad, armed to the teeth. But the op now on xenom, thanks to, obviously, the Blade Storm being prioritized. You can't swap that with your teammate. But Fnatic seem to have a lot of preference towards this B site. They're finding the space for free as MIBR constantly set up for these retakes, but so far, they have not been working out in favor of that defense.
But they can't stand on that left side of the site because of the breach combination. Already, Hunter's Fury, it's such a tight corridor to try and make your way through. Alfajer also in the backlines. It seems like they have a decent idea that there's a player here, but it may not matter. A little bit shaky and actually turning things back now into a 3 versus 3, but that post plant still sits and they haven't managed to deal with that player in the backline. artzin doing his best. Alfajer yet to truly swing, but crashies once again taking over, and aspas.
Having that extra angle to fight from, it got them a pick, a valuable one, but they couldn't capitalize on the space. MIBR,
exact same execute.
They're facing the same attack, and there's no real solution. You know, you get the grab wall there to try to pull them in for the pick on backside, but with that not being offered up, we're back to square one.
Yeah, they've repositioned these trips into a million different places, but if you don't have anybody on the left side of the site, you can't kill anyone off of them. We are into this same post plant. Now this time, Cosmic Divide, that's at least going to make things interesting, but look at the Fnatic players immediately running back through into the site, looking to join in, and there's that flank coming through once again. It may not even be needed. The players on the site doing good work, the wraparound from artzin, but now he's all that remains, and he's completely surrounded. That tap will be heard, and quickly going to like, you're not doing this again.
But they have to do something. The retakes haven't worked, and now it's time to fight for this ground. Fnatic putting a rolling thunder through. There's some utility to cover the fallback, and aspas makes it out, but they've lost xenom. The cross on mid caught, and Alpha's out of there for free with the cages. And look at the spike. It hasn't gone through the choke point. Fnatic haven't overcommitted. They haven't taken the same space as before, and now the A site's open for the rotate.
When they don't even necessarily have to commit to that. You can see the rotation from MIBR, and of course they're going to rotate. You've lost 2 players in middle. You've got to expect that players are making their move, but I'm looking at the position of Boaster and starting to question, is this a lurk, or is this them going to wrap back through mid? Because this is what Alfajer has been doing the entirety of the match so far. They know they can get into this position. The only man standing in their way is Verno.
It's going to be a single clear. Alpha on his own, but he doesn't get dropped. Verno was expecting the swing. The piece of utility being taken out. Caught him off guard.
30 seconds
No
left.
punish. That means MIBR sit with the disadvantage now. A storm brewing. Not in front of, but all around.
Oh,
Cortezia, he's stuck in this corner. He can't get out without a big fight. Finds his first. Chron is low, and he'll fall as well. 12 seconds, Spike down. They need to deal with Cortezia, and they will. 7 seconds, Spike makes it to site, and a plant will be secured. Fnatic can still end it here. Aspas, the last man standing, the final hope of MIBR on this map, but the flawless streak continues for Fnatic.